Do you like free money? That is the singular most rhetorical question of all time. Here's the second most rhetorical. Would you like to rob Amazon for a change instead of them robbing you? Of course you would. In this video, I'll break down an Amazon program that you may or may not know about. If you don't know about it, pay attention. It's called added value. So first of all, what is added value? Simply put, added value is something that Amazon offers to brands once they meet a minimum investment threshold. It's either because you've spent enough and they want you to spend more, or there's a media channel that you haven't tapped into yet that Amazon wants you to explore, and this is their way of incentivizing you to do so. So think of it as Amazon's version of a media bonus. There's no cost to you. All you have to do is commit to a certain amount of spend. Sometimes Amazon will come and approach you with this. This is their way of dangling a carrot in front of you to try a new platform. Other times they won't approach you with it, but you might qualify even if you don't know it. That said, let's say you're investing in DSP and or streaming TV, but you've never been approached about added value. How do we go about that? So first and foremost, you're going to want to make sure you have a dedicated Amazon rep. Amazon will provide dedicated reps to people. The typical criteria is $1 million in annual sales. You should have a dedicated rep. Technically, you only need to reach 500,000 in annual sales to have a dedicated rep. If you don't have one and you meet either of those benchmarks, reach out to Amazon support because I know you love doing that so much and ask about it and you may get a rep assigned to you. Once you've been approached about added value or you reach out to your rep and they tell you you qualify for added value, they'll essentially give you criteria and they'll assign you a percentage. So for example, as long as you spend $50,000 in Q2, Amazon will match 50% of that ad spend in added value. The more you spend, typically the higher percentage Amazon will match. Essentially, this is how they gauge your value to them. The more you spend, the higher the percentage. There are constraints on this. So for one, you can only run added value within Amazon's owned and operated properties. In some instances, you can actually only run this on Amazon, but not really a problem. Another constraint is often you cannot run custom audiences with added value campaigns. In some instances, I've seen you can't even run audiences at all. So it has to be completely untargeted. You can't set viewability minimums. There's a lot of constraints they put on this, but at the end of the day, it's still free money. So you want to tap into this. There's no downside. So if you haven't been approached by added value and to have a rep, I'd recommend doing one of two things. A, if you're thinking about launching Amazon DSP, before you get started, reach out to your rep and ask if there's added value available if you were to launch Amazon DSP. If you're already running Amazon DSP, just ask if you qualify for added value. I've worked with brands that have been running DSP for 12 plus months and they didn't get added value until they reached out to their rep and they got 30% added value over the course of 3 months for money that they were going to spend anyways. So 30% additional budget. Once again, more free money. Also, if you're running DSP and you're thinking about experimenting with something like streaming TV, reach out to Amazon and ask them about added value. I almost guarantee you that they will offer you some form of an incentive if you roll out streaming TV. And again, it's money you're going to spend anyways. They'll simply give you an additional percentage if you commit to that. So in summary, this program is a really good way to stretch your marketing budget further. If you're thinking about testing something new and you're not sure, or if you're already committed to doing it, look into this because it's a good way to stretch your marketing budget further with zero risk. It also mitigates the risk of testing a new platform because even if you spend, let's say, $20K in a streaming TV buy, Amazon matches 50%, you're also getting $10,000 in free ad spend, so the risk is just way lower. So if you're interested in exploring this, if you need assistance with DSP, or if you just need someone to hold your hand so you can go talk to your Amazon rep, reach out to me. There's going to be a link in the description, A, to our website, B, you can put my calendar link in there, grab 30 with me anytime it's convenient, and I'll help you through it.